Hello, beautiful people. It's Bonnie Gillespie, and I'm saying hello to everyone watching in replay. If you are watching over at YouTube, come on over to my Facebook page because that's where all the comments are open because, oh my God, I cannot have comments open everywhere because it's just too much. It's too much. It's too much, too many places. So if you want to engage in comments, come on over to the Facebook space there where the replay is also stored because I will always circle back around and answer comments even after the broadcast. So in replay. This is my new obsession. Thank you very much, Dwayne Reed, which is Walgreens in New York, is called Dwayne Reed. This stuff, which Voss, they sell in LA. Obviously, they sell this in LA because I didn't bring this home from New York. But while I was stocking up my hotel room with all my Whole30 compliant goodness, which luckily the Dwayne Reed right by my hotel was able to supply a lot of Whole30 compliant goodness. Yay me. I found this, which is, well, not this flavor. This one is lime mint sparkling Voss water. Holy crap. Sorry, LaCroix, whatever. You've been displaced. This Voss stuff is way more better. So good. It's all good. It's all good. It's the best, right? Hey, Michael. Yes. Uh-huh. Hi, Erin. Hey, Victoria. Good to see you guys loading in. Thank you for joining me here on Tuesday at 3 o'clock Pacific so that we can do a little chat about being happy for your friends' successes and maybe not even your friends, those other people that you keep an eye on who are out there crushing it and killing it, and you get bad news about your last audition or you get dropped by your agent and you're like, why do they keep getting all the things? And how to stay focused on your road and what it is that you're achieving and what it means when you have people around you who are achieving so many great things. Hey, Deb, good to see you. Thank you for reporting in about all your badassery. Is it Norwegian water? Mia, I had no idea. See, I didn't pay attention to where it's from. Yes, right there. Water from Norway. It's in the damn label. Clearly, I am not paying attention to my water. Yes, just like your pace car, Jen. Deb, that is a perfect example. Your pace car, let's give, for those who don't know pace car as a phrase, let's give a little context. Pace car, you know what it is in watching auto racing, even if you're not into auto racing, you know enough about it, I would imagine, to know that there's this thing called a pace car. And this pace car is the car that sets the pace for all the other cars going around on the racetrack. And so this is whenever there's an accident, whenever we're on a caution, at any time that pace car is out right in front of the lead car saying, this is how fast we're going to go, and setting the pace and just showing them how it's done until it's time to get out the way and let the race continue. The pace car for you as a creative is that person who is not that famous celebrity up there at the highest tier, winning all the awards and wiping all their tears with all the $100 bills from all the typecasting that's happened over the course of their lives, unless you are at the tier that's right under that. But it is the somebody who is just out there ahead of you, setting the pace and showing how it can be done. Exactly like the pace car on the racetrack. This is that person who, to use Deb's example, Deb saying my pace car, Jen, it is that person, Jen, in the case of Deb, who is a tier or two above, booking at a level that is not yet accessible to you, but that someday will be. And watching that person not to get into that weird headspace of jealousy or why can't that be me, or oh my God, what's wrong with me that I don't have that great agent, or I didn't get that great audition, or if I got that great audition, I didn't book it and you did. Not any of that, because that shit's not healthy and I don't want you to be in that headspace at all ever. But looking at that person for examples of, oh my God, it can be done, is a really healthy place to be. Having that person that you can look to as an example, as a role model for the type of life that you want to create for yourself is incredibly helpful if you're in the right headspace to do it. And so that's why we call it the pace car, because the pace car is not trying to compete with you. The pace car is not your competition. That's why we use this word, this phrase, pace car, 2 words, this phrase to describe this person that you as an artist can look at who's out there living it and showing it can be done. And as you shift up through the tiers and get up to your next tier, the higher level of work that you can do, you're getting into better rooms, you're getting better bookings, you're leaving behind the copy credit meals, you're leaving behind the unpaid work, you're leaving behind the spec work, you're leaving behind the non-union work, and as all those things start to fall away, a couple things are true. One, you are starting to enter into that space that you watched your pace car living and looking at what they've done for cues about how it looks at that next tier can be incredibly valuable in helping you pre-pave for the success that you're going to experience. So you don't have to make anything up brand new. You don't have to learn anything from scratch. You show up having watched, yes, I saw how they did it. And not because your road is going to be identical to theirs, but because there are cues to how you can have success at that next tier just by watching the kinds of things that they were doing at that tier when they were there. Two, what this does is allows you to become the pace car for someone coming up behind you. Because when you leave copy credit meals behind, you become the pace car for someone who's still living copy credit meals life. And they can look to you for leadership in how it is done, how they can make that move from copy credit meals or working for free or working non-union up to the next tier. And then as you transition on to co-star and guest star and recurring and series regular and becoming known as a name, all of those shifts, all of those tier jumps bring in their wake the opportunity for you to show leadership to the others that are coming up behind you. So that is how the pace car works. Jessica says, I see my friends succeeding and I think that can be me once I get this biz figured out. Jessica, that's why I'm here, hon. I got you covered on that part. The how to get this business figured out, I got that. You don't have to figure it out. I got it figured out. I will tell you, I will help you. You do not have to do anything from scratch. That's the beauty of it. Hey, Carlos, thanks for saying hello. Rosalie, so glad you're here. Rihanna, hello. Hi, Bettina. Bettina, it's late. It's late. When you go to bed? Soon. It's late. You need your beauty sleep. Oh my gosh, sleep. So beauty sleep, speaking of, right here. Last night, oh my God, I was funked out. I was in a funk. There's a lot. Y'all know there's a lot going on right now. And I was in a low place and I couldn't shake it. And of course, then Keith reminded me I hadn't worked out in a couple days, and I've been working out so consistently that when I miss a workout, and what happened was my instructor had been in an auto accident, and so they canceled the classes, and I was scheduled to go to 2 that day. So I was like, bleh, and I could feel like just the energy of it doesn't have anywhere to go. I slept for 10 hours. So Bettina, I got my beauty sleep. I feel so good. 10 hours is like, that's magic. You're already in bed? Okay, good. Hey, Judy, glad you're here. So, Victoria turned off social media yesterday. Didn't want to watch the news. Yes, ma'am. Good call. So, I mean, there's a lot. Well, y'all saw the tweets that I was putting up Sunday night because the early news that I was hearing was so like not okay. And I'm like, push away from the computer, Lots of reasons. Okay. But so back to the topic at hand. I love, Jessica, what you said about seeing your friends, as evidence that this can be you, because I am 100% on board for that. I have a saying that is, anytime I see someone else succeed, I'm happy, for it affirms that I live in a world where success is possible. So I see other successes as evidence that it's doable. And anytime that I set a goal for myself, that it is achievable by someone out there means it is achievable by me. And I don't buy into that headspace of, well, I can't do it because I didn't grow up like they did, or they had advantages that I didn't have, or they come from this family or this part of town, or they have these relationships already in the industry or whatever. I don't buy into that, because I know we can find someone somewhere with every possible piece of the puzzle who is having some kind of success that we want to have. Meaning, if I say, well, I can never be that successful because, I grew up poor. Okay, number of people that I can find who grew up poor, who are massively successful and make tons of money exist. Okay, so that argument is out. And then if I counter that, because my brain loves to come up with all sorts of arguments, if my brain comes in and says, oh, well, but it's because he's a man. Oh, okay, I can go find non-men who have had success. So I know that that's not true. And then if I say, oh, well, you can't do it because you're left-handed or whatever, because it's all bullshit. So I might as well use left-handed too. Oh, because you're left-handed people never make it. Okay, fine. I can come up with a list of left-handed people who made it. So any combination of factors that you want to use as a reason that someone else could do it and you couldn't, what I love about this is there is some part of your puzzle that someone out there had and they had success. And then you're able to say, but no one with my exact combination of factors has ever been successful. And I go, isn't that cool? Every single one of your factors in someone else didn't mean it couldn't work, which means all of them put together in you are going to work. And you're going to be then the role model for the person coming up behind you that has all your factors, but nobody's got all anybody's factors. So that's why those types of arguments are kind of bullshit anyway, but our brain loves to play with those if we're not careful, which is why I love the pace car, because I can find a pace car for me in writing. Judy right here is one of first of all, she's my mentor, but she's also a pace car for me in that she has the most successful book for the business of acting. It's called Acting is Everything. And its newest edition is coming out soon. So make sure y'all keep an eye on Judy Kerr and Acting is Everything, because there's going to be massive celebration for the next edition of her amazing book coming out soon. But this book has been around for decades. And when I was just getting started as an author and trying to get published and trying to get distribution for self-management for actors and the book that came before it, Casting Cues, Judy and I sat down together, and she was a fan of my column at Backstage West at the time, now Backstage. And I had been writing there 99 to when we sat down together, which must have been 2002, I guess. Yes, 2002. And we sat down together and talked about how I could get going. And she became not only my mentor, but also a pace car for me in how it could be done. And every time that there's a benchmark that I want to say, well, I don't think we could ever sell that many copies of the book, I can look to Judy and go, yes, you can. And I don't ever think we can do that many editions of the book. Yes, you can. And to have that pace car can be incredibly inspiring. And then I have another pace car in casting and producing. I have another pace car in coaching and working one-on-one with creatives. I have another pace car when it comes to writing my email newsletter. Like, I've got people that inspire me in every part of what I do, the public speaking, the touring, you name it. There's somebody out there that I look to for examples of how it can be done and how it can be done with integrity and in alignment with my values. And I think that's the part that allows me to stay so happy for seeing other people being successful, because I know the more I'm seeing it, the more it's possible for me. So Ryan, you got Judy's book when you first came to LA? That's amazing. Did you go get the preview of the latest one in the vault? Because Judy gave us the gift of that for the SFA Vault for folks who are in Getting Gear for the next tier. Joey, nobody can play you as well as you. Amen, brother. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, there's another comment I can only see part of right there. Let me see if I can see all of it. Edith, completely agree. So proud of my amazing friend succeeding. Front door hasn't worked for me. Got to find back door, window, gap in the bricks. Find a way. Edith, yes, ma'am. Oh, my gosh. It's so true. One of the things that I say, yeah, Ryan, go into the vault. Yeah. Dude. Go to the vault. There's so many good things in there. It almost sounded like I said Oiga Vault when I said go into the vault. Go into the vault. There's good things there. Oh, Amy Lee. You had to change your name. You had to change your name. Well, we got to talk about that, girl. I cannot wait to hear what that's about. But Edith, Amy Lee. Good. I love that. I always say with self-management for actors, it's all about doing the research to learn where the door is, but being ready to climb in through that window. Because sometimes that's what you got to do. But the fact that you can track somebody else out there who has climbed through that window or another window or built their own damn building, you can see that it's doable. Every single bit of this is stuff that we can map out and be inspired by. And the downside is sometimes we look into our audition track record and say, oh, well, they're succeeding and I never do, woe is me, and get kind of turned inward a little too much about how we're doing and what's wrong with us and what can I fix and why are they doing so well. Here's one of the things they're doing so well. I'll tell you right now. They ain't spending time looking at themselves going, what's wrong? They're doing minimal amounts of self-assessment to make sure that they are on a good path. They are doing minimal amounts of check-ins when things don't go well and they get bad feedback in an audition to clean up whatever it is that needs cleaning up. If that means, oh, I got some feedback that I wasn't off book and I need to be off book by the time I'm at a callback. Okay, great. Then I need to work on getting off book. I need to work on whatever that issue is, not turn it into now I need to beat myself up for all the things that are not working and get into this navel gazing and unhealthy what's wrong with me loop. Because the people who are out there hustling and making it and booking it and that you're looking at for comparison and going, why can't I have what they have? Because you sitting there looking at yourself going, woe is me, what's wrong, longer than you have to. All we have to do is look in long enough to go, is there something I need to fix? Is there something I need to clean up? Cool. And then get to fixing it. All the time we spend beyond that, obsessed about what's wrong or what we could be doing differently or what is it that they've got that I don't have, woe is me, is shit that gets in the way. It's really simple. So the way we stay excited about other people's success is that it's an indicator that success is possible, which is great news for us because, yay, that means there's a chance for all of us. Awesome. And then two, the way that we actually do something with that is when we see it happening, map it out. What did they do? Simon Sinek has a fantastic quote. Let me make sure. Is it Simon before I share the quote? It is. Simon Sinek says, and I'm going to butcher the quote. I'm going to paraphrase the quote rather than actually quoting it because I don't have it handy. But what he says is there are patterns to success. That does not mean that there is a formula to success. I am a big fan of looking at things through that lens, that I can take a look at what someone else is doing and track the patterns. And y'all know self-management for actors is built on all sorts of pattern tracking. Once we see what the patterns are that made up that success, it allows us to take from that what it would be that would help us do better. What it would be that would help us have a little more inspired journey along the way. And we may not decide to embrace it all. There may be somebody who's finding success in a way that would be out of integrity for us to follow. And so we go, okay, well then that's not going to be my way, but at least we can learn from it. And being able to learn from that makes it so then we can take that information and use our own spin on it to find our road to our success. And again, we're being a role model for somebody else coming up behind us. So it's really important that we enjoy what we're doing and love the experience of learning, because in the experience we're having learning what to do and what not to do, more importantly, we are inspiring somebody else coming behind us about how it can be done. I just gave a thumbs up. I bet that's Keith posting as me. Hi, honey. Or it's Aaron posting as me. Hi, honey. Or it's Mimi posting as me. Hi, honey. Who else? It's Keith. Hi, baby. Let's see. The Vault. AJ. The Vault is the Self-Management for Actors Vault. Let me see if I have do I have an overlay? I do. That. Right there. Getting Gear for the Next Tier is our 100-day challenge program. And when you graduate, so when you hit day 101, you get access to the SFA Vault. And it's where I share all sorts of goodies from my coaching and masterminding and work on the road and on the internet and in person with people from all over the world. And so the Vault, the SFA Vault, the Self-Management for Actors Vault, is a place that when you graduate from Getting Gear for the Next Tier, you get get unfettered access to run through and experience all of those goodies, everything from developing passive income strategies for yourself, for your non-acting part of your career, to things like the advanced edition, new 12th edition of Judy's book, which is amazing. And the members of the Vault have had access to that for months, which is awesome and such an edge to be able to have access to that ahead of time. Yeah, Nicole, I hope so. I hope it's good even for non-actors. I work with creatives of all kind, and I think so many of us are running small businesses, or maybe even not so small businesses, that are creative businesses, which means it applies to anyone who is engaged in creative problem solving and creative business running. And there's a lot more to that than just the structured 9-to-5 life for so many of us. And even people who are living a structured 9-to-5 life, almost everyone that I know who's in that world is doing some creative problem solving for what life is going to be like after that gig, or to move up from where they are currently to the next tier of that gig. So I think it's creative problem solving for life, not just for actors. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. And it's good to see you. So I would like to say that if you find yourself in a stew of jealousy, specifically when you're watching someone else get what you want, and I know this can be especially challenging if you go up for an audition against somebody that you know and that you like, but you want to book the job and you don't want to see them book the job, and then there you are competing against one another. That can be challenging. We had something here in-house not too long ago, actually over the course of the weekend. I got an email from someone who said, speaking of the getting gear for the next tier course, who said, I want to take your online course. I've heard all the great things about it. I have several friends who are enrolled, but I'm saving up my money to take, and then they described another person's course that is frankly subpar to what I offer. It's a knockoff of what I offer. I'm just going to call it out. It's a fucking knockoff of self-management for actors. And it's like 5 times more expensive. And Keith, my beloved partner, of course, gets very ranty about things like this. I look at that and say, look, if they decided they need to not spend money on the thing that is better, the thing that is the original, the thing that is changing lives, the thing that everyone around them is talking about being so awesome, that what they need to do instead is save up multiple times more money and go do a knockoff thing because that marketing is slicker, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that slicker marketing that's going on over there, because that, whatever, that's something that, not my thing. Yeah, Kimberly, I think that's the mindset. If it's more expensive, it must be better. And I say I'd like to keep my stuff accessible, because I know that you're already hemorrhaging money as an actor and as an artist. You're already really having to hustle just to make a living, and you don't get paid a ton of money to do the work that you did. By the way, congratulations to Mark. We saw Battle of the Sexes this weekend, as you know, from the Bond Blast this morning. And of course, as soon as he appeared on screen, I was like, Ninja! And of course, staying after and watching the credits, confirming, yay, it was Mark. It's so good. So congratulations to him on that. It was great to get to see him on screen there in that awesome scene. I love that I can kind of detach from that emotion of somebody else is having that experience and go, it shows me that it is possible. Because John, I hear you. They'll learn the hard way. I hear you. My headspace on that, 2 things. One, exactly what you're saying. Some folks need to get burned and spend way too much money for a pale knockoff of what I do, to then ask deeper questions that instruction over there can't answer, and then come to me because I can explain the why behind the what, because I fucking created it, and I can really dig deep on this stuff in a way that others can't. And that ability to then circle back to it is a journey that they needed, and I got to be okay with that for them. But the other part of it for me is it allows me to see, oh, okay, So there are folks out there who will come up with, in this case, something like $1,500 to work with somebody else for something that they could do with me for a couple hundred. And I go, okie doke, well, that lets me know I can charge more. And I don't necessarily want to charge more for the sake of charging more, but it opens my mind to the idea that having different price points may be what's required. Having the ability to say, we've got one thing at one price point and then these other things at lower and then these other so many things for free allows people to pick and choose. And I need to stop deciding that, oh, actors don't have money because, apparently actors figuring out, they can't even pay rent, but they're going to figure out how to spend $1,500 working with somebody else. I guess I need to stop selling y'all short. That y'all definitely can figure out how to manifest a whole bunch of money. And here I am going, sure, you can have a payment plan for $100. Okay, got it. So I'm learning a lot from it. But when this thing happened, and, Keith wanted to get into the stabby, ragey place that Keith loves to go. And I wanted to try and unpack it and learn from it. And let's, really see what this is all about. Cause that's my go-to is what can I learn from this? Anything that feels like shit. I'm like, what can we learn? I then had a moment of hang on, I have to be so excited that so much good stuff exists out there, even if it is only going so deep. Because not everybody wants to go so deep. Maybe the fact that the folks that I'm working with are higher tier and are working on things that are taking them to a place where they need to explore. Like the coaching session I just had before coming on here live was with a showrunner. And she's about to go pitch a couple projects at networks and studios. And so our coaching session was all about strategizing what those meetings are going to be like and me walking her through what to expect and what kind of work she can do to find out at every single table she sits what other projects they have in development and with whom, so that when they say, what else do you got? She pulls something out that is about an alignment that she can already track in their slate. Because she has done the research to determine, oh, they have a so-and-so number of shows deal or a 5-year deal with this other showrunner. So they're not actually going to use her as a showrunner on this one, but she can offer it up as a writer and be on as a writer-producer on this other project because they're sitting there, an untitled so-and-so project that is it's funded and there's no script. And then she can come in with the script because she's got something that lines up perfectly. And we're strategizing this kind of shit. And I'm like, I like doing this. This is a really, really fun way for me to spend a coaching session. You know what's not a fun way for me to spend my coaching session? No, you don't need headshots with finger guns. No, you don't need headshots with glassless, dark hipster rim glasses. No, you don't need eyebrow up, finger guns and glasses simultaneously. No, 12 headshots is too many on your Actors Access profile. No, you don't need a creepy talking headshot for 4 of the 12 headshots that you think you need on your Actors Access profile. No, you don't need to list your uncredited work on your IMDb Pro. No, you don't need to list every single play you've ever done at every theater that no one's ever heard of in a town that's not a theater town. No, you don't need to go to every casting director workshop with every casting assistant that's ever filled a stapler in any casting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you just see me die? Did you just see me die? But did you see how much life I had talking about the coaching session with the showrunner? So I have to say, just like when you start to move up a tier and you are working less, but when you are working as a recurring guest star and you're going out less because when you go out, you are going out for recurring guest star, perhaps to series regular, with your name on lists during pilot season coming up here in a couple months, you have to be okay that someone else coming behind you is picking up those co-stars that you left behind, that somebody else is picking up the copy credit meals, that somebody else is using you for the pace car of how it can be done. How about that? What you think? Yeah. That gratitude for that is one of the key components to being happy for other people's successes. Yes. Correct. Dismount. What you got? Do you find yourself jealous of other people? Is jealousy even the right word? I don't know. I think the fix for this, thanks, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, good. Yeah, did you see me die? You saw me come to life? Yeah, thanks, Austin. Yeah, I think the fix with this is a lot of what I also put in the Bond Blast today, which is just get to work. Get to work. Do the work. When you're focused on the work, all this other stuff just kind of peels away. That waiting for permission to create art and waiting till someone else gives you that place and that right puts a lot of power in their hands and takes a lot of it out of yours. And I'm all about staying empowered, staying focused on what we can do. You know what we can do? We can work. Savannah, you're a pace car? Atta girl. Love it. Love it, love it. Alfred, you find yourself angry at yourself for not having enough ninja skills. Fixable. That's like me being angry at myself for not having enough muscles. You know what I do? Go to the damn gym. That's it. Because everything I teach for free and for pay, all the way along the spectrum, every single bit of it is all about building a muscle for the stuff that you want. So every single bit of it is stuff you can just work out more and get better at it. We got people who said at the beginning of this year, I will never have a show Bible. I suck at keeping up with all these details about my relationships, who now meet once a week with their show Bible group and are killing it. Deborah, the value of what you do, Bonnie, is the product writing resources that come along with the courses that we pay for. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Thanks, Deb. Someone was saying in the comments, oh my God, the comments for getting gear for the next year. Okay, first of all, yes, I see everything. I respond to most of it. Like seriously, 85% of the comments at Getting Gear for the Next Year, I respond to. It's the same as Facebook. I see everything. I respond to almost all of it. So you can tell that I see it. And when I don't respond, it's because A, I haven't gotten to it yet because I'm behind. B, I don't know why these are both numbers and letters. B, I see that it's already been dealt with and someone else has answered it beautifully and I just hit like or say yay you to the person who answered it even better. Or C, we had a private coaching session and in our private coaching session, we figured it out and dealt with it so we don't need to then come back around and talk about it in the comments. Rosalie, no, never, because I've had actors recommend to casting directors I've booked and do the same back. I love that. Good. I'm glad you never feel jealous. That's amazing. Hoping to be a part of this experience. Jeremy, hope you will be a part of this experience. Love the work. Thanks, John. Put the effort where it rewards us. Yes, ma'am. Rihanna, get on your mat. Get on your mat. Yes. Yeah. But Alfred, you have to do the work to build the muscle to have the body you want. It's exactly the same with all of this. Miss Amy Lee, used to find yourself being jealous when you were younger and it takes up so much energy. Girl, it's so true. That energy is energy you could use to drive you. So true. And when you realize that there was all that wasted energy and all that time spent worrying, oh my God, forgive that. Just forgive that, because feeling like crap about having spent your energy that way doesn't serve you. But also know that's where you were at the time. And that's just where you needed to be with it. Those are the lessons that you needed to learn. And the same thing to Alfred saying that you need to be able to move to LA. I'm going to tell you, you got a lot of work to do before you're ready to move to LA, because moving to LA without having the muscles in place to be able to handle living and working in the Super Bowl of acting, it's not going to go well for you. You will get even more frustrated here because of the number of people you see who've been at the gym every day working those muscles for the longest. So I would say take advantage of being in a smaller market right now and work your ass off to be ready. This is what Abraham Hicks calls get ready to be ready. Get ready to be ready. You ain't ready yet. Don't worry. You're not supposed to be ready yet. But get ready to be ready, because that getting ready to be ready is then the work that comes that then makes it so that it makes more sense to jump in with it when you are actually able to do it. But what you don't want to do is dive in the deepest, most treacherous waters before you've really learned how to swim. So give yourself that. Jeremy, how much for classes, private or group? Jeremy, I no longer do private or mastermind work with anyone unless they have done getting gear for the next tier. So let me put that up again. And Erin, as me, will type in the comments a clickable link, because I know you can't click on the screen there, but she'll put this in the comments, maybe in reply to yours, so that you can check this out. But you can work with me privately as a part of or after you have experienced getting gear for the next tier, which is great because you can then work with me at a discount for that. But if you're in LA, I also have a class coming up on November 4th. Which is the last in-person class that we'll be doing in 2017 in LA. And we're half full, so we always fill up, and so it's a month away now, and so now we'll fill up over the course of October. So go ahead and grab your spot now if you want to do that. And if you're not in LA, then this is the way to do it. Deb is telling Alfred, you can build your ninja skills now. Yes, it's true, no matter where you are. Oh, good. AJ, I'm so glad Grace has been telling you about us. I love Grace, and I love the work that we do. It's so good. Yeah, baby. Awesome. Awesome. Austin, it's getting gear for the next tier. Oh, the class in LA, Austin, is the SFA retreat. That's our one-day intensive that we do in Santa Monica to go through your type and brand, your pitch. You pitch by the end of it. You've done this before, so you know this class. And then, but of course, people repeat it because they're still working on the pitch and refining the type and brand. And then, of course, going through the targets and how to intersect with them in meaningful ways. And, of course, building the community and all that fun stuff. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate the recommendation. Jealousy is a bad habit that rears its ugly head. I knew what you meant, girl. When I'm tired or really need to take a break to seek inspiration. Rihanna, I think that's what happened to me yesterday. I think the reason that I had to go to bed early was because I was just tired. And I don't just mean that in the literal sense. I mean, there was a lot going on energetically, just so much stuff. There's just, everybody's a little extra. And I've noticed, this is really interesting. I've noticed people being way more passive aggressive lately than normal, and I am not sure what that's about. And I started to say, I would just be fucking aggressive. This passive aggressive stuff is not cute, but I'm like, all of it is a lot of misplaced energy. And I think a lot of people are feeling energy scooting out in all sorts of different directions right now. And we kind of are having trouble keeping ourselves in check because we're all feeling a lot. But that going to bed helped so much because I was like, I'm answering comments in the dojo and I'm finding myself being short with people and not filled with grace, which is the way I always like to show up to the keyboard or to the stage if I'm speaking to a group of actors or working with someone in person. I always want to show up to my mat filled with grace, and I think that just sometimes we lose that grace when we are overtired, when we're fatigued. And this business can fatigue us, which is why we have to build self-care into our daily lives. Deb, yes, we are restructuring what I'm offering in New York for May. So when I'm in New York in May, we are going to do a one-day like a retreat, like exactly like what we do here in LA, which is similar to what you experienced in the class in New York in September. And then we're also going to do for people who have self-management for actors experience a next level, sort of like an intermediate class, which is also going to be a 1-day intensive, just without having to do a lot of the definitions and explanation. It's just going to be get right in there and, get under the hood and get some shit fixed. And then we're going to do an invitation only next tier masterclass for some of my elite alumni, and we'll do that by application only. And so we're working out all the details of that. But because I'm coming back to New York twice, at least in 2018, that's how we're going to structure some of it. So I'm excited about that. Oh my gosh. So freaking excited. That's going to be a blast. And also, for those of you who are not in the Facebook group, please go there. Do I have that as an overlay? Let me look at my menus. I don't think I do. I don't. Okay, so if you go to that hashtag, where is it? Over there, SFA Ninjas. If you put that in for like a Facebook group, or if you could just put in self-management for actors at Facebook. It's a group. It's a group of like 8,000 something people. Come into that group because there's a survey right now of where I should be touring in 2018. And I think the 3 cities that are leading right now are New York, yay, New York, and London and Atlanta, I think are the top 3 right now. Yay! Yes, ma'am. Yes, Deb, absolutely. I will sign you up for all the New York, everything good. And thank you. Thank you so much. You're doing such good work. You're inspiring me. I love getting your emails, finding out how things are going for you. Post our time together while I was in New York, this most recent recentliness. Yeah, I'm just going to make shit up. It was so good. New York was good. It was too hot, too humid. Andrew, I blame you. But other than that, it was fine. It was perfect. Yeah, put you on the list, Amy Lee. You got it. On the list for London. Go vote in the poll. And apparently if I come to London, Ireland and France would like to get involved. So I may have to revisit the budget to see if we can make that happen, because I also want to be able to bring Keith this time. Keith was sad that he didn't get to go with me when I went to London last time. So I think we need to find a way to make the hubs come. So yes, it's always cold in London. Where can I go in December, y'all? I'm not currently listed to travel anywhere in December. Where can I go that I won't freeze my tits off? Because I'm a weather wimp. You wearing your headphones, Victoria? I said tits. The Caribbean? Okay. Could I? London and Ireland. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Deb's on for that. We're just a road trip. I know we talked about doing a cruise. Yeah, Florida, Jessica, I could go to Florida in December. That's not bad. Actually, Keith had said Atlanta for December. The Southeast in general is not bad in December. It's usually March that it gets pounded with winter, right? Ninja Cruise in December. John, I don't know how fast you think we can mobilize, but I don't know about that. Maybe December 2018, we could have something organized, but that's a lot. Okay. Speaking of, I mentioned this in the Bond Blast, and since I see a lot of y'all commenting are folks who've been with me for a while, so y'all know the deal. Coming up, Get in Gear for the New Year is our free 11-day training program that we offer from December 21st to December 31st. So it's the last 11 days of the year. We are looking for folks who can help us in leadership roles as we roll this out for the 4th year. Is this the 4th year we're doing Getting Gear for the New Year? It's this massively popular free training that we do. And if you're like, I don't know about this, I'm not sure, self-management for actors is for me, cool. We got a really great way for you to figure it out, but participating with a lot of people, because a lot of the work goes on in our Facebook group. And so the Facebook group is, yes. Okay, good. Victoria, that would be awesome. Ooh, really? Bettina, how cold is it in Germany, though, in December? I like the idea of Christmas there, but I bet, is it cold? Is it cold? Is it cold? I don't know. I'm a weather wimp. I told you. Anyway, that's okay. I'll just pack for it, right? I'll be fine. The leadership opportunities for people who have done Getting Gear for the New Year before and who want to step up and help us in the Facebook group and really be a part of showing the next class how it can be done and steering people toward best practices. Like, I don't know how many times we can say, do not survey multiple headshots simultaneously? Do not survey multiple headshots simultaneously. Do not survey multiple headshots simultaneously. How many times? How many times? How many times can we say this and still have people throw up over the course of a couple days multiple headshots? Come on now. There's a reason. I'm not saying that just because I don't want you to be greedy, although, yeah, there's that, but it's because you muddy the waters. You compromise the data. This is statistical analysis 101. You don't compromise the data by getting in the way of it with more shit while you're collecting data. Do I need to say it just once more, Aaron? Is that what I got to do? What would Connie say? Shoot me in the face, right? Connie is not even on Facebook, and she's in my head right now. Right now. It is, to me, fascinating, the loss of perspective that comes with, I want results, I want to know, what do you think of this headshot? Well, what about this headshot? What about these 10 headshots? What's my brand? Here's all 12 that my crappy Starbucks ass-sitting free Wi-Fi soaking up agent, spaghetti slinging bottom feeder told me that I had to get. Which ones of these tell you what my brand is? Who am I? And it's like, that's not how we get data. You put up one picture and say, what does this tell you? What are the words that this headshot tells you about who I am? And then we give you all the feedback on that. And then you take that data and go, okay, great, put that away. Now I want to test out this one later, long after. So now they're not sitting there thinking of that old one. Now it's a totally new one. Maybe even a completely different community. Get more data. Find out what of those lines up with you. But the whole, like, I need all my shit looked at once and give me one word that represents all of it, and I'm going to call that my brand. But that's that career thing we talked about last Facebook Live with people lining up through the drive-thru of McDonald's. They want a career, and that's what they get. And, and then they go to, bless the SAG-AFTRA Foundation and the work that it's trying to do. Self-Management for Actors Light. I appreciate it getting good information out there in the world for free to the members. Absolutely. But that method of, we'll just brand all the things and we'll just type all the things. It's like, no, that's only going to get you so far. They get you surface level help. And I want you to have more than surface level help. I want you to actually have legit lasting help that sticks with you long term. So it's why I keep saying this is exactly like working out. It's like health and fitness long term. It takes building muscles that you maintain. There's not get a bikini body and then say, okay, yay, I got my bikini body. I can go back to eating like an asshole and never working out because I attained that thing I wanted. That's results oriented, and it then is going to put you in a really whacked out cycle. I want you to, yes, find out what your branding is all about, but at such a level of depth that you never have to revisit it the same way again. That all you're doing from then forward is tweaking. And you're tweaking it based on the tier ascension that you're experiencing, because each new tier you hit, there's a level of depth that your characters can take on that it couldn't before. Because at a co-star, your character didn't just come from chemo. Your co-star, you got one line, there ain't backstory. Nope. Those layers, those levels, they happen later in larger roles, with character arcs, with lots of time to develop, with seasons to develop. Yes, that is when we get to find out who you are with more depth. But I would like to have you as an actor and as someone running your actor business and your creative business have that stuff figured out while you're doing this typing work and this brand awareness work, so that you don't have to stop once you go, oh crap, I reached a ceiling. This is only so far this will take me because I didn't do the real work, the why behind the what. But now I'm just ranting. How y'all doing? Are you good on this, how to be excited for people who are crushing it and who are having great successes, and how to see them as evidence of success is possible and to use them as a pace car and study what it is that they've got working without turning it into something that you like make yourself nuts about? After taking some time off and moving to London, you found your muscles were cold when you got back to LA. Signed up for classes starting the day your plane landed in London. Good girl. Good, Amy Lee. I'm glad to hear that. Hello, David. Good to see you. Miss Tanya. So happy you're here. I love you, beautiful people. Cops came to Mayberry. Don't know. Thanks, Corey. You're awesome. Honestly, it's probably for a parade. I live in Mayberry. I love it. It's great. All right, you beautiful people. Awesome. Thank you for sharing this time with me. This was a blast. We will do it again. You know, I put it up on my events calendar. Aaron, can you pop in the link to, I know I am totally in New York with the sirens. Can you put up the link to the my events calendar at my blog? Step away from the camera and put my hands up. Kimberly is saying they're coming to get me. Yes, they are. They're going to arrest me for Facebook Living. I don't know. Are they? Hands up. You just want to see my muscles. All right, beautiful people. Thank you, Rihanna. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for sharing this time with me. The events calendar link that Aaron's going to drop in here probably will look like it came from me. My team is helping me out. Thank you, guys. I love y'all so much. When you go there, bonniegillespie.com/events, you will see the schedule of all the things that are coming up. We've got a Thirsty Third Thursday coming up in November, in addition to the November retreat, which grab your spot if you're in LA. Oh, my God. Karen, it's my pleasure, sweetheart. I'm happy to give. Y'all, October 11th, 1 week and 1 day from today, the free quarterly call. Please sign up. Hang on. I have an overlay for this. Yes, I do. Sign up right there. Sign up there for the free quarterly call. Can you read that funky font? SMFA4.com. Sign up there to get, first of all, if you've never signed up for my mailing list, you get the SMFA Top 20, which is like a half hour of me telling you 20 things that you could do like right now to get your career in a better place. But this also signs you up to join me on the 11th for our big free quarterly call, where y'all actually can come on the call and I can hear your voice, and you ask me questions and I answer your questions, and you ask me more questions and I answer your questions, and you ask me questions and I answer more questions. It works like that. You can even ask me if you need to have 12 headshots on your Actors Access profile. I won't be mad at you. I'll be a little mad at you. I won't be mad. I'll be a little mad at you. I'll be a little twitchy. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Join me there. And thank you if you're watching in replay. I really appreciate you checking this out. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, come over to the Facebook page where comments are always open. Love you, beautiful people. Till next time, stay ninja. Mwah!